I'm live. I am actually live because sometimes I don't seem to be. So, okay, three, two, one. Right, I'm live on Facebook. It's December. We're in kind of already into December, into that kind of say party Christmas time. So I thought I'd just jump in just to give you some inspiration, some help on how to deal with December and not let it kind of railroad our health goals, our fitness goals, whatever they may be. So it's time for parties, going out on all the festive fun, all those cool things that we do. Mince pies at every kind of corner, everything, every single thing we go to, the office parties. And it can be really good and we can enjoy ourselves a lot. But it can also be a time when we know we're not going to be looking after ourselves health wise. And I don't know about you, but I've definitely woken up in the past in January and not felt particularly good. And certainly when I was, a few years ago, trying to lose a bit of weight, trying to lose that body that I'd created through not looking after myself, waking up in January and thinking, no, I've just put myself back a little bit, was not a great feeling. So how can we have fun, still enjoy Christmas, but not be part of that kind of January 1st New Year's resolution kind of gym brigade, joining that queue, and kind of secretly knowing that maybe it's only going to last a couple of weeks, and then you're going to have this gym membership that you're not going to use, and it's just going to be an expense going out. So why is this important? Well, like I said, we don't want to wake up in January feeling pretty shitty about how we've looked after ourselves and just waking up feeling sluggish, and maybe, I don't know, maybe putting on 5 or 6 pounds over that time. And again, if we are trying to lose weight, if weight is your goal, or weight loss is your goal, then thinking about how hard you've worked to get to that point and then putting it all back on is not a great feeling. But we also want to enjoy ourselves. We don't want to feel like we are restricting ourselves and not enjoying the things that we like to do with our family and our friends. Because sometimes when we do something to improve our health that feels difficult and feels restrictive, that's when we kind of give up, and that's when we don't carry on. And we want to be have the knowledge and the confidence and the ability to know that we're making the choices that we actually want to make, rather than the ones that without any planning, rather than the ones we're just doing kind of almost mindlessly. So what could we do? Well, I have a little festive survival guide which I'm happy to share. If anybody would want it, just drop me a message. Just some little simple tips about things. Just, I don't know, just 10 tips. Very nice just a little cheat sheet, just to give you some ideas. How can I go out? How can I make sure that when I'm going to these events, going to these parties and things, how can I give myself the best chance to look after myself? So they're really easy things you can implement straight away around kind of mindset about kind of when you're leaving the house. What can you do before and afterwards? Like a simple one is making sure that we are hydrated properly, because that's a really big thing that a lot of my clients find, that when they start being hydrated and start drinking a bit more water, they find actually maybe they're not as hungry as they thought they were, and actually those things, kind of keeping hydrated, also gives you kind of keeps the energy levels up as well. So just simple tips like that. Another thing that I think was a really good idea is writing down, just 5 minutes, writing down exactly what you want to feel like in January, ideally. So think, in an ideal world, I want to wake up in January and I want to know that I've enjoyed myself, know that I've had a good time, but I also don't want to wake up feeling, bloated, sluggish, my belt is a bit, kind of trousers a bit tighter. I don't want to feel that way. So write down how, in an ideal world, how you'd want to feel, and the things that you don't want. And then you can maybe kind of work back from that. I think, well, what the behaviors that I could do to work back from that. Maybe kind of reiterate and write down why exactly you want to not wake up like that in January. And maybe if you are on a health journey, for want of a better word, maybe the reason why is you don't want to kind of lose that momentum. You don't want to drop back because you've worked pretty hard to get here. Okay. Some ideas from my clients this week. One idea one of my clients had, he just nice and simple things like he was going to have. I'm going to have 3 salads during the week, and he knows that he actually really enjoys the salads that he makes for himself, and he knows that actually they fill him up really well. But also he knows that kind of calorie wise, what's in them is pretty low, so he can have his 3 salads, and he knows he's built up a bit of a deficit for when he goes out the weekend. So he goes to these Christmas do's and he doesn't feel like he needs to restrict himself, or he just doesn't feel bad about the things that he's doing. Also, another client of mine is going to he's planning in some family walks. So he's making sure he's getting exercise in, even though he's with his family and he can't maybe do the things that he would do uh, in a kind of the normal week by week. So he's planning in those family walks. And that's a really great thing for getting your body moving. Good for fitness. Good for overall health. It's also really good family time. Again, getting the family out, getting all together, enjoying being outside. Your kids will love that kind of thing. But they do need to be planned. They do need to be planned in because life is busy. And if we don't plan them, if we don't kind of discuss it and think, right, this is what we're going to do, then invariably they don't get done. Another thing that I think is really cool, which I do as well, definitely over Christmas when I don't want to be nipping out to the gym, I want to be with my family, is do some like little mini workouts with my children. And these could be anything. There's something that we really enjoyed during lockdown called Go Noodle. Little kind of basically just kind of dances, but kind of workouts, and some of them are pretty hard. So we do, like, me and the kids will do 10 minutes of that, and they love it. I like it, and gets my heart rate going, and I know that I've done something to kind of keep my fitness kind of ticking over Christmas. So what do I need to do? How are you going to do this? So use my guide. If you want my guide, let me know. Think about how you want to wake up in January. Do you want to be part of that New Year's resolution brigade, kind of starting from scratch again? And also get some ideas and get some things planned in. Could you, I don't know, have some salad like my client? Could you plan in some family walks? Could you get some mini workouts in? So you might be thinking, well, I don't want to control myself over Christmas. I just want to go. I just want to go mad. I don't want to worry about it. Cool. Then that's okay. Then you own the fact that you might wake up in January not where you could have been, and you might wake up kind of putting yourself back a bit. But if that's what you want to do, you need to own that fact and be okay with it, and know, okay, right, come January, I am going to sort myself out. I'm going to get back on track. But be honest with yourself about that. How has January gone in the last few years? So just be honest in terms of whether that's true or not, whether you actually do want to wake up in January feeling that way. Maybe you've always struggled over Christmas. Maybe you've always woken up in January not feeling great. And maybe that's been happening for a long time, and everything you've tried in the past might not have worked. Well, then I would say that you need to find a new tactic. You need to find a different kind of support that you haven't tried before. So you need to get some help if that's what you want. Now, that's not necessarily me. It could be anybody, but doing the same thing that you've done every year in the past definitely won't make the change, if that makes sense. So action point, get my guide if you want it. It's a nice simple guide, just a little PDF I can send out. Use those tips that I've mentioned from my clients. Use those, steal those, get those in your life, get them planned. Work out how you're going to really kind of boss Christmas, own Christmas, and wake up in January feeling absolutely marvelous. And also, get help if you need it. It's actually a really good time to get some help, whatever it is, because if you can maintain your health, if you can even, I don't know, improve it a little bit over Christmas when life is a little bit difficult, how easy is it going to be when life is simple and you're in a bit of a routine? Okay, so don't think this is not a good time. All right, thank you for watching. I hope that's useful. Any questions, drop me a line. Cheers, guys.